What's up, nail friends? I finally used my July 2020 Mani by Me box, and this is the Mani I came up with. My inner 5-year-old is super happy right now. Keep watching. I'll show you. I actually had an entirely different Mani envisioned for these plates, but it didn't work out. There was a lot more reverse stamping involved, but I'm kind of new to reverse stamping, and apparently I'm not that great at it. So hopefully you do a lot better with these plates than I did. I've suited up with my base coat and my base color, so let's get this adventure started. For the pinky nail, I'm going to reverse stamp this cloud sky image. And I thought gold would look really cool as like an accent, but it doesn't really show up very well in the end. You'll see. Here I'm just sizing up the image to my nail. Since I know the whole image won't fit on there, I wanted to decide which part of the image I was going to use. I really like the moon and the stars, so I'm going to try and include those in my image. So here I am just painting the purple for the sky. That's the first color I'm going to use. And because there's so much space in between each line, I guess you could say, I go ahead and use a bigger brush because I'm lazy and don't want this to take up too much time. As you can see here, the pink doesn't really make it onto my nail, but that's okay. It's better to overpaint than underpaint and be left with a naked nail. Nobody likes a naked nail. I do some cleanup off camera and I'm ready to continue. I'm going to stamp some words over my gradient just to give it some flair. And voila! Off camera I add a smudge-free top coat and I'm ready to move on. For my ring and middle finger, I add liquid latex because we're about to get messy. What's a unicorn mani without unicorn skin? So I pull out my hollow taco, and for this one I'm using Cosmic. I grab a makeup wedge and I start swiping on Cosmic to the wedge so I can then sponge on the flakies to my nail. This will give my nail full coverage in unicorn skin versus me trying to get that look by going to Polish Mountain. Nobody wants to go to Polish Mountain. Been there, done that, seen the footage, got the t-shirt. We just want the unicorn skin. I repeat this step on my ring finger 2 more times, and then I repeat this process on my middle finger. This whole process gives the unicorn skin, that just sounds so terrible, like a nice opaque look rather than a scattered look. Plus, like I said before, how can I not use my unicorn skin in my unicorn mani? You got to. I thought this turquoise stamping polish would look great against Cosmic, but you'll see. Or rather, you won't. Yeah, it doesn't really show up that well. So luckily, I can just go back over it with a black polish and it'll kind of just look like an accent. That way I don't have to redo the entire nail because this wasn't my first choice for this nail, but I'd already tried reverse stamping 3 times. Even though I know the turquoise doesn't work, I go ahead and do it again with my middle finger because I wanted to be consistent. I had wanted to do reverse stamping for both of these nails, but because it didn't work with my ring finger, I just gave up. Don't get me wrong, I tried. I reverse stamped 3 times with my ring finger and I finally gave up is what I should say. But sometimes our ideas don't work out and that's okay. For my index nail, and this is my last nail, I kind of did the same thing I did on my pinky finger, just with a different image. So I color in the best that I can. I think next time I'll go back to using a smaller nail art brush and use less nail polish as I paint, because this one was pretty messy to clean up. So at this point, it's pretty much like a decal. So when I go to clean it up, I have a lot to do. But separating the polish from the liquid latex is my first step. Otherwise, I'm going to lose the whole thing. And I think at this point, I would have just given up on the mani. I had a pretty clear image of what I wanted and was really disappointed when the ring finger didn't work out. So having to redo another nail, I just didn't have the energy. I'm going to stamp over this, so I add a smudge-free top coat just to add a barrier and make sure there's no issues when I stamp. At least my words line up and they don't give me any back talk. After adding a smudge-free top coat to all of these, I go in and add a matte top coat because I just felt matte would look really good with this mani. Do you see what I mean about the gold accent though? It's kind of like you can't even see the gold. And here's the final look. I mean, it's not what I was going for, but it still looks okay. Let me know what you think in the comments and help me grow. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Because when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll start giving away a Mani and Me box every month. And I'll see you next time.